Hey guys, good morning. Right now, it's chilly, it's rainy, perfect conditions for a ramen day. Plus, there's a restaurant I really want to show you in Seattle that pretty much just tastes like Japan. Still a few hours before it opens, so we're gonna have a Japanese snack breakfast with a sponsor of this video, Tokyo Treat and Sakurako. And judging from the box, I can tell it's Sakura season. As always, because the tea is in here, we'll start with Sakurako. And this month's theme is Seasons of Sakura. And if you don't know, Tokyo Treat and Sakurako are Japanese subscription snack boxes, where all the snacks are sourced locally in Japan and sent to you wherever you are in the world. And in the Sakurako box this month, Sakura Daifuku. First of all, every Sakurako box comes with tea. Highly recommend always making tea before digging into the snacks. And this month's tea is sweet Sakura tea. This is my favorite tea from Sakurako, by the way. It's beautiful and it tastes like spring and it goes perfect with these little Sakura mochis. There's also brown butter strawberry wafer cookie. This is pretty. Little Sakura sugar cookies. And every time you get your snack box, it's gonna come with a booklet. It's gonna give you detailed information about all the snacks, along with fun historic facts, cultural tidbits. This is a really fun read. And every Sakurako box comes with 20 traditional, artisanal, authentic Japanese snacks and teas made by local snack makers, some of which have been making snacks for over 100 years. Also, every single box comes with a tableware item, and this month's is, oh, that's cute, a Sakura glass. Next, we move on to the Tokyo Treat box, and the theme for Tokyo Treat is Cherry Blossom Bites. Again, theme changes for each box every single month, and the Tokyo Treat box is filled with fun, exclusive, limited time snacks like the Strawberry Shortcake Kit Kats. I look forward to the new Kit Kat flavor every single month. Strawberry Shortcake, don't think I've had this before. I love how spot on they are with the flavor of their Kit Kats. Still shocks me every time though. This thing tastes like a crunchy strawberry shortcake. There's also sour plum salt crackers, little Sakura marshmallow candy, tonkatsu ramen, ooh, peach mochi. I mentioned this before, but I still get so excited seeing these arrive on my doorsteps because I love Japan, I love being in Japan, I love Japanese food, Japanese snacks, and when I'm not able to be in Japan, at least I'll be able to have a taste of Japan from the comfort of my own home. And that's also the mission of this company, which I think is an amazing mission, because I always say the best way to learn about a different culture is taking a bite out of it. So if you're interested in Japanese culture, you love Japanese food, or you just love good snacks in general, you'll love these snack boxes. So if you want to give these boxes a try, go to my link down below. Use my promo code DUMPLING for $5 off your first Sakurako box or your first Tokyo Treat box. Yeah, there's a reason I open these boxes so early in the morning, because Japanese snacks for breakfast, it's gonna be really fun. So I'm gonna finish breakfast and we'll go get some ramen. And before heading to my favorite ramen shop right now, I wanted to check out this place because they opened a little earlier than the other place. This ramen shop is fairly new and they specialize in Python ramen. And they're known for their chicken broth ramen. And this is difficult. So they got regular chicken ramen, spicy. They also have a truffle shantan ramen. Oh, that sounds good as well. I think I gotta go for the spicy. Oh, there's also spicy waffle fries. I don't really see that often in a ramen shop. So I got a spicy python and the spicy waffle fries. It's not a huge bowl of ramen, but it is a very beautiful bowl of ramen. On top, some scallions, shallots, little hot oils, thin slices of chashu. Underneath, look at this, very thin straight noodles. Broth looks and smells pretty awesome. My fries just came, you're supposed to shake it. And then dump it out. Fries look good too. Let's try this. That's awesome, wow. That's a lot richer than I thought it would be. Maybe it's because I got the spicy version, I don't know. Oh, the chicken broth is incredibly flavorful and deep. This thing is almost as rich as a pork broth. It's so creamy. You're getting a ridiculous amount of awesome chicken flavor in this broth. This ramen is awesome. It's really good ramen. Also, a gentle, soft egg inside the ramen to bring even more richness. Look at that, that's just perfectly gooey egg. This is 100% one of the best bowls of ramen in Seattle. It's so good, especially when you combine all the ingredients together. The creamy, rich chicken broth, perfect with these thin, straight noodles. The flavor definitely steeps in really well. I think it's especially delicious with the rich, gooey egg. Like I said, the broth flavor is deep, it's creamy. I love the crunchy shallots, the scallions, and that umami will absolutely reach into your ramen-loving heart. And then shallots actually does a lot to cut down the richness of the broth. Look how thin the chashu is. So you can either get chicken chashu or pork. You gotta pay extra for the chicken, so I just got the pork. This is beautiful. Really, really thin and fatty. That's great. This ramen is absolutely superb. Like everything about it, the texture, the broth, noodles. I think they make the noodles in-house as well. Oh man, these are some really spicy waffle fries. They definitely loaded this up with heat. Wow. Oh, these are delicious. It's a really good place. This is a ramen I will come back and eat time and time again. Usually chicken broth ramen is very light, and maybe the original version without the heat will be much lighter, but I love how rich this version is. I like the heat, I like the chashu. I think next time I'll get the chicken chashu just to taste it, but it's delicious. Definitely one of the best bowls of ramen in Seattle. 100%. And the flavor just gets more concentrated as you get to the bottom of the bowl. I think this is the first time in my life having fries with ramen. I think normally these would overpower the flavor of the ramen a little bit, but these are so freaking good, I don't even care. So good. I think if it wasn't for this next place I'm going to, which really just checks all the boxes of everything I love in a bowl of noodles. If it wasn't for that bowl, this would be my favorite ramen in Seattle. It's outrageous. It's so good. I want to come back and try the truffle one. I think that's gonna be really good too. Man, the spicy chicken, outrageous, really. This is a ramen shop I went to a couple weeks ago. Haven't been able to stop thinking about it. I think this right now is my favorite ramen in Seattle, hands down. Whoa, they got some new items now. Look at this, the meat lover, diced chashu, diced beef, and you get 2 full pieces of chashu. There's potato croquette, there's fried squid tentacles. Okay. So this is the regular, this is the signature menu. Looks really good, the meat lover. That's tugging on my heart right now. So this definitely has a lot more variety of meats. I gotta show you guys number 2 though. This is so good. So what we're eating today is Aburasoba. And Aburasoba looks very much like masmen, but the biggest difference is this is gonna be a lot more oily, and I think much more flavor. On the table, you have hot oil, you have some vinegar, there's sesame, there's garlic, there's hot oil. I'm so excited for this. This thing is stunning to look at. Look at how beautiful this bowl of ramen is. With a raw egg, it's just sitting on a little nest of very marinated ground pork with chilies inside. Look at that. And if that wasn't enough meat, look at all the chashu that you get in this bowl of ramen that's surrounding it like a meaty moat. There's some scallions in the middle. This is just absolutely gorgeous. Also, for $4 more, I got the set menu that comes with a miso soup, some karaage with garlic on top. Have never tried the karaage here. By the way, their gyoza is delicious. Not bad. Pretty tender and juicy. Not a bad deal for this in a miso soup. This is the true beauty right here. Look at this. Every piece of chashu. It's so beautifully fatty and juicy. It's just absolutely glistening, and there's so much of it. Look at this. It just keeps going on and on. This is the most beautiful part. Break open the egg, mix it up with the ground pork, and straight from the middle, there's your noodles. Look at how beautiful that is. As soon as you break through the meaty barrier and you get into that saucy, oil-covered strands of curvy, thick noodles, the meaty aroma of this bowl of ramen will start to smack you full on in your face. This ramen makes a bold statement. Nothing subtle about this at all. It is meaty, it is thick and rich, and it is here to make you happy. So with these noodles, it's so rich, you're supposed to add some vinegar in. But make sure before you do, just taste it. Awesome. Absolutely tastes like Japan. Thick, rich. So much rich porky flavor with just a blast of umami. Add some vinegar. Mix it up. This will definitely cut down the richness by a lot. Definitely try it both ways though. It's good with or without the vinegar. What I absolutely love about this bowl of ramen, the thick pieces of chashu. These are incredibly thick and fatty. They have such a wonderful chew, so much flavor in these pieces of meat. Also, they char them up. I haven't got to it this time, but last time, some pieces were nice and toasty as well. They're so fatty and nice. These are some of the best chashu you'll find in ramen. Just like the noodles, they're just covered in sauce and flavor. A little sweet. I mean, these things are thick, but they're definitely not tough. The chashu themselves are so flavorful on its own. Add some garlic chips. I could eat this every single day of the week. This is by far my favorite bowl of ramen here in Seattle. Some people might not be used to it because you gotta really like rich, aggressively flavored, kind of oily ramen. But this is exactly the type of ramen that I adore. So much meat, so much flavor. The noodles perfectly al dente, chewy. The texture is wonderful. Forget about eating this every day. I could eat this multiple times in a day. I mean, I wanted another bowl of this as soon as I walked out the door last time. I think this right now might be my favorite bowl of Japanese ramen in the US. Again, it might not be suitable for everybody, but this is right on my ramen alley right here. Also, this bowl of ramen, there's so much substance. You're definitely gonna be full after this. See, this is something that never happens. I never have giant pieces of chashu left over after my noodles are gone. That shows how much meat is in this. Yeah, I think I'm good till dinner after this. All right, one more ramen today. And by the way, I didn't remember the Seattle area being so dry. It said it was gonna rain all day and now the sun's out. It went from perfect ramen weather to perfect grab a bubble tea and go to the park weather. And it's not just today, every single day. It says it's gonna rain, it maybe drizzle a little bit, that's it. Okay, here it is. Oh, so this is like a little Japanese food court. So this is a brewing company outside. Oh, look at that. This food trailer is inside a building. So this is Midnight Ramen. Go to the kiosk and you order everything on this kiosk. So there's classic shoyu, there's tantamen, there's miso, there's Taiwan, there's wonton men, and there's a Seattle miso tamen. Interesting. Smells like a really good bowl of tandan men. This is really interesting. First time I've ever seen wood here in a bowl of Japanese ramen before. There's bok choy, tons of minced meat, peanuts, scallions. I can smell the peppercorn on top already. Smells like a very peanutty, spicy, peppercorny bowl of tandan men. It's good. First of all, that ramen texture is awesome. Oh wow, that peanutty, spicy, nummy flavor really steeped into these noodles already. Perfect chew. Absolutely wonderful noodle texture. As spicy as nummy. A really phenomenal bowl of tandan men. Wow, this is everything I want in a delicious bowl of tandan men with a Whittier, which is always welcomed. The flavor of this bowl of ramen is absolutely perfect. It's just a perfect balance of peppercorn, chilies, peanuts. I like the minced meat in here. Wow. This thing is rich, it's really peanutty with a nice crunch. I like the fact that they have larger pieces of peanuts in here, providing a nice crunch. This thing is so rich that you really do have to get the vegetables involved. And the bok choy sitting in the spicy, thick, umami-filled broth is absolutely delicious. It's not a huge bowl of ramen, but oh my gosh, is it ever flavorful. The reason I like dandamen, and it's because it's so rich. I love the Sichuan flavors. Wow, this is yet another bowl of ramen that absolutely makes me think of Japan. I gotta come back and try the rest of the ramen. The amount of peppercorn that's used, which is quite a bit, but absolutely the right amount. I feel the top of my tongue getting all tingly. Oh, so much flavor. I mean, honestly, this would have tasted even better if it was still raining outside, but this is a place I'll definitely come back again. And they have a bunch of other unique flavors to try out as well. Yeah, today, 3 amazing bowls of Japanese ramen. I feel warm, I feel happy. 3 very different bowls of ramen as well. There has always been a lot of Japanese restaurants in the Seattle area, but this is definitely turning into a really nice ramen town. I think this is the last bowl of ramen for me today, but we'll pick this up tomorrow. See you then. Actually, one more thing today. I'm not far from Pike's Place, and there's something that I couldn't really find anywhere else but here. Okay, there's this fruit. I think the first time I had it was when I was in South America. The lemon drop plums. I can't find these anywhere but this little shop in Pike Place. These are amazing. I don't even like fruit. I love this so much.
A few moments later.
This thing is by far the greatest plum ever. It doesn't even taste like a plum. It tastes kind of like a plum apricot combo with a juice equivalent of a melon. And the sweetness level is off the charts. I've never seen this plum anywhere outside of Chile before. If you run into this, pick up as many as you can. So good. It's like honey, like fragrant honey.
The next day.
Good morning. Day 2 of my ramen tour here in Seattle. I smell this place down the block. It looks really good too. Wow, it smells so awesome here. So it looks like they have cold noodles, rice noodles, beef udon, fresh noodles, Huinan beef noodle soup. Oh, this looks good. I'll go ahead and get a cold one too. First one that was prepared is the cold noodles. So this thing is loaded with cilantro, peanuts, looks like minced garlic on top. There's seaweed, cucumbers, and this is the cold noodle that's on the bottom. There's rice noodle, and I think this may be mung-bean noodle here. And this is before any hot oil or vinegar went in. Just want to taste it before I add anything else. Smells good. Smell a lot of sesame oil in here. Oh, look at this. There's also this. This is another type of noodle that's in here. I mean, it kind of looks like gluten. Nah, I think that's gluten. It's delicious. Flavor is fantastic. Lots of garlic, a lot of sesame oil. The white noodles are extremely chewy. I think the rice noodles, there's a lot of flavor, but it is a little soggy, a little too soft. I think it has enough vinegar. Definitely needs hot oil. And there's little spicy and super spicy. Let's do super spicy. The hot oil definitely has a lot of aroma. Yeah, definitely better with some heat. It definitely tastes like a homemade bowl of noodles. Let me try this before it gets cold and before the noodles get soggy. This is my beef noodle soup. Tons of cilantro. Looks like bean curd strips. A lot of, oh, look at this. A lot of sliced beef. Oh yeah. That's what I smell down the block. This is a very, very beefy bowl of noodles. So inside, it looks like vermicelli with the tofu strands. The beef look like what you would see in a bowl of pho. I think the beef slice is a little tough. Best part of this is 100% the broth. It's extremely, extremely beefy. Wow, that tastes so good. Ton of flavor. Noodle's nice. Nice and chewy. I definitely absorbed a lot of flavor from that beef broth. This is really excellent beef broth. I wish the pieces of beef were a little more tender. Other than that, flavor is phenomenal. Probably one of the beefiest broths I have at a beef noodle soup place. I think that place is not bad. The beef broth was definitely the best thing there. Next up, some porky Japanese ramen. Okay, now it feels like noodle weather. So this is a place I went to the last time I did a ramen tour of Seattle, which was I think about 5 years ago. I remember really liking it. And the last time I was here, I got their mala koteri ramen, which I remember really liking. And there's another ramen I always wanted to try, the mapo tofu ramen. Mapo tofu ramen. Last time I had this, it was in Japan. This is a beautiful bowl of ramen, by the way, with that fried dry noodle knot on top. Preserved vegetables, sesame, some chilies, scallions. Whoa. Mapo tofu sitting on thin, white, straight strands of noodles. And as soon as you break the surface, you smell that mala flavor right away. Look at this thing. Crunch the noodles in for a little texture. This thing is thick, is rich. Ground meat's in here as well. You see all that thick broth clinging to the noodles. This smells awesome. It looks beautiful. It's great. The noodle texture is what I remember I loved first about this place. I think I walked in, somebody was making noodles or about to make noodles, something like that. The noodle texture is absolutely phenomenal. Such a beautiful springy chew. And all the flavor from the rich porky broth is just transported to your mouth through these thin strands of yumminess. The broth, wonderfully porky. Oh, that flavor is so good. It's spicy, it's porky. The flavor is rich and deep. Add an egg on top of that to increase the richness even more. When it's chilly and raining outside, it's really hard to find a better bowl of ramen than this in Seattle. Wow, I'm so happy I tried this ramen. I'm so happy I got to try this ramen. It's delicious. Tofu is not like super delicate. Still has a bit of a texture, which I like. I love the crunch from the preserved vegetables. You almost don't even need a spoon because this thick broth is just being picked up by these noodles so well. Like, take the noodles for a swim and just slurp. Oh, this is really, really good. I got a number 2 spice. They only go up to 2, but it's really not that spicy. I think it's perfect. It's spicy, it's nummy to the perfect degree. The little fried crunchy noodle is genius. Perfect little crunchy texture on top. The mapo tofu itself was quite delicious. Wow. Flavor, texture, all the ingredients that's in here is just awesome. I think next time I get this, I'm gonna ask for, I don't know if you can order extra order noodles, but I slurped those noodles up way too soon. Also, adding an egg in here, phenomenal. This bowl noodle will definitely make you feel all nice and happy inside. It's actually so perfect that it's raining when you're eating this. I always contest noodles, hot pot, soupy dishes in general. It just tastes better when it's raining. By the way, tofu themselves, so much flavor. Soaked up all that nice broth. 100% worth a try. All right, one more ramen. I didn't realize there was another Aburasoba spot. And this place was right by the Chinese noodle place I was at earlier, so I went in a full circle. Anyway, this area, I think this is the University District. Ton of Chinese restaurants. There's a lot of food around here. So there's 3 types of ramen, salt-based, shoyu, or vegan. I think I'll do shoyu. There's a new item too, Tokyo Gunzo. It smells good. So right away, this place recommends that you add hot oil and vinegar to the ramen. Right here, you can see the diced chashu, good amount of fat. That was always nice to see. This is interesting. This is Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese on ramen. Crispy garlic, some mushrooms, scallions, and a poached egg in the middle. I don't think I've ever had cheese in my ramen before. It smells nice and spicy. Add in some chili oil, a bit of vinegar. This looks like a delicious, incredibly saucy bowl of noodles. It smells even better after the vinegar. It's delicious. Noodle texture is perfect. Thick, wavy noodles, extremely springy and al dente. Yeah, that's awesome noodle texture. I think for me, good amount of heat. The vinegar really helps. The sauce is really, really rich. Now, I haven't even got to the chashu part yet. I think it's just diced up pieces of chashu, but personally, I think dicing it up makes it better because once you dice it up, each little piece of chashu is just covered, absolutely soaked in that umami-filled, spicy sauce. These are all little chunks of fat, little chunks of meat that renders in your mouth. So now pretty much every bite you take of the ramen, you're getting a good amount of chashu. I paid 60 cents for the spicy version of this ramen. I think you gotta have some heat in here. I feel like the heat that they added before the chili oil, it's not just spicy, you got a nice flavor to it as well. I was looking for the jumbo version. I don't think they have it. I think they only have one size for this particular ramen. I could eat a whole giant tub of this. I think I just really like Aburasoba in general. The texture of the noodles is just unbelievable. If you do get the spicy version, I would say lay off the hot oil because that's definitely spicy enough. Yeah. I think I'm definitely good after this. Oh, my mouth is on fire. Last couple days definitely had some amazing ramen. I think my favorite, still the Aburasoba, but that chicken ramen, I like that so much. I was trying to go back to it today, but it closes for lunch. That spicy chicken ramen was incredible. Also being able to go back to Ooink and trying the mapo tofu ramen, that thing was so good. I think that's all the ramen places I wanted to try in Seattle. If you know of another great ramen spot around here you think I should try, let me know in the comments below. And remember, when you're out eating ramen, try to pick a rainy day. It's gonna taste better, trust me. And as always, all places I went to listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.